Abul Jainul Abdul Kalam was born on the 15th of October 1931 in a Muslim family in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. His father Zainul Abidin was a sailor and his mother Ashyamma was a housewife. The financial condition of his family was not good, so he had to work from a young age. To help his father financially, boy Kalam used to distribute newspapers after school. During his school days, Kalam was normal in studies but was always ready and willing to learn new things. He had a hunger to learn and used to concentrate for hours on his studies. He completed his schooling from Ramanathapuram Schwartz Matriculation School and then joined St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli, from where he graduated in physics in 1954. After that, in the year 1955, he went to Madras from where he studied aerospace engineering. In the year 1960, Kalam completed his engineering studies from Madras Institute of Technology. President Kalam wrote his own thank you card. Once a person made a sketch of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and sent it to him. He was very surprised to know that Dr. Kalam himself had sent him a message and a thank you card with his signature. In 1969, he was sent to ISRO where he worked as project director. He made an important contribution in making the first satellite launch vehicle SLV-3 and Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle PSLV, whose launch was later successful. In 1980, the Indian government thought of starting an advanced missile program under the direction of Abdul Kalam, so he again sent it to DRDO. After that, the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program (IGNDO) was started with Kalam ji as its chief executive. It was only due to the instructions of Abdul Kalam ji that the making of missiles like Agni missile and Prithvi was successful. Dr. Kalam knew what role education could play in building a strong future for an individual or a nation. He always talked about taking the country forward on the path of progress. He had a clear blueprint of the future, which he presented in his book India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium. In the book India 2020, he wrote that India will have to become a developed country and knowledge superpower by the year 2020. He said that media needs to play a serious role in the progress of the country. Negative news cannot give anything to anyone, but positive and development-related news instills hope. Dr. Kalam will always be remembered as an eminent scientist, administrator, educationist and writer, and many present and future generations of the country will continue to take inspiration from his inspiring personality and great works. In 1980, the Indian government thought of starting an advanced missile program under the direction of Abdul Kalam, so he again sent it to DRDO. 83-year-old Drive Kalam died on Monday evening due to a heart attack. This news plunged the entire country into grief, and at the same time, every memory related to this person who was very close to the common people became fresh. A similar incident happened last year when a 2-year-old girl won the heart of Dr. Kalam while coming to Indore by flight. Last year in June, former President APJ Abdul Kalam could not avoid praising a 2-year-old girl who was teaching sharing to everyone in a flight to Indore. The name of this 2-year-old girl was Manvi, and she was very innocently offering chips from her packet of chips to all the passengers present in the flight. After offering chips to many passengers, she even reached Dr. Kalam. For this innocent 2-year-old, he was not a former president but a traveler like everyone else. When the girl lovingly offered him chips, Dr. Kalam became very emotional. He hugged the girl and also took a photo with her. He was impressed by the girl's generosity and also praised her. Not only this, Kalam liked her sharing so much that he even got a photo click with Manvi and tweeted it. Kalam knew what role education could play in building a strong future for an individual or a nation. He always talked about taking the country forward on the path of progress. He had a clear blueprint of the future, which he presented in his book India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium. In the book India 2020, he He wrote that India will have to become a developed country and knowledge superpower by the year 2020. Dr. Kalam will always be remembered as an eminent scientist, administrator, educationist and writer, and many present and future generations of the country will continue to take inspiration from his inspiring personality and great works. In his autobiographical work My Journey, Kalam Sahab has written, "Those days of life were full of uncertainty. On one hand there was a brilliant career abroad, and on the other hand there was the ideal of serving the country. It was difficult to choose the opportunity to make childhood dreams come true, to move towards ideals, or to embrace the opportunity of becoming rich. But ultimately I decided not to go abroad for money. I will not miss the opportunity to serve the country for the sake of career." Thus in 1958 I met DRDO, Joint Defense Research and Development Organization. Dr. Kalam's first posting was DRDO. It took place in Hyderabad Center. He was instrumental in important research here for 5 years. In those days, China attacked India. India had to suffer a crushing defeat in this war of 1962. Immediately after the war, it was decided to equip the country's strategic power with new weapons. Many schemes were made, the father of which was Dr. Kalam. But in 1963 he was transferred from Hyderabad to Trivandrum. He was transferred to Vikram Space Research Center, which was a collaborative institute of others, Indian Space Research Organization. Dr. Kalam worked in this center till 1980. During his long service period, he took the country to an important position in the field of space science. Dr. Kalam's awards, Dr. Kalam's thoughts. Dr. Kalam has also literally incorporated his thoughts in many books, some of which are Wings of Fire, India 2020-India 2020, A Vision for the New Millennium, and Ignited Minds, Unleashing the Power Within India.